Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. We have more crypto related news as well as whale alerts. I will cover the whale alerts at the end of the video. So let's go ahead and get started. First up, we have from Ripple stablecoin tracker, 10 million RLUSD was minted at the Treasury. This was yesterday at 5:34 p.m. Then we move forward to 9:56 a.m. April 9th today at 2.5 million RLUSD was also minted at the Treasury. And from Paul Atkins, Project Crypto is designed so once Congress acts, the SEC and CFTC are ready to implement the Clarity Act. And then he tagged Scott Bessent is right. That's what he's saying. It's time for Congress to future-proof against rogue regulators and advance comprehensive market structure legislation to the president's desk. And from Crypto Rover, there is a reported 67% chance the Fed cut rates by October 2026. From Cointelegraph, $105 million liquidated in 1 hour, with $100 million wiped out only from short positions. And Brad Garlinghouse is pointing out that progress is greater than perfection. It's getting a lot of engagement on his post there. Rippleziety, reports suggest XRP was officially tested and approved for cross-border payments across Africa. And this is absolutely incredible from the Kobayashi letter. U.S. oil prices are now nearing $103 a barrel and have been rising at a pace of $1 per hour since 6 a.m. Eastern Time. This puts oil prices plus 12% above the low since seen just about 24 hours ago as ceasefire doubts have grown. Meanwhile, Iran's deputy foreign minister announced that Iran was on the verge of responding to ceasefire violations last night, but Pakistan intervened. Iran is also not allowing more than 15 vessels per day to pass through the Strait of Hormuz, or just about 10% of pre-war levels. This is in sharp contrast to President Trump's claims that Iran would implement a, quote, complete and immediate opening of the Strait of Hormuz. Triple-digit oil prices are back in full swing. And also, U.S. initial jobless claims. What was expected was 210,000. We actually got 219,000. Again, that's related to jobless claims. XRP whales accumulate at fastest pace in 10 months, nearing $1.28 support. We'll actually take a look at the XRP price here towards the end. And core PCE, that came in at 3%. The expectations for that was 3%. And U.S. GDP growth falls from 4.4% to 0.5% in the fourth quarter of 2025, well below the initially expected plus 2.8% growth. And also, Japan's rate hike to 1% in April is now basically confirmed, the first time in 31 years. Prediction markets and former Bank of Japan officials are both pointing to it. Historically, every rate hike in Japan has been followed by a 20% plus dump in Bitcoin. This would be really bad for markets. XRP is now the #1 most traded asset over on Upbit. And as I mentioned a little bit earlier with South Africa, it's now running pilot programs processing genomic identity data from certified labs into zero-knowledge proofs anchored on the XRP Ledger testnet. And from Smoke, yes, FedNow can support stablecoin settlement. FedNow will use RLUSD. This is documented. From Ash Crypto, this is huge. Bitcoin devs have built a prototype that will protect wallets from quantum attacks. With this, if the Bitcoin network is ever forced to defend against quantum computing, normal spending could be paused and users will be able to recover their funds. Bitcoin devs have started to take quantum threats seriously now, and this is a good sign. And now let's go over the latest whale alerts. There's not very many of them this time. We have 17 hours ago, $102.7 million in USDC from Aave over to Unknown Whale 1. We've been seeing a lot of activity from Unknown Whale 1 over the last few days. And then, wouldn't you know it, Whale 1, Unknown Whale 1, they transferred it back to Aave. And then we have $285.8 million in USDT went from OKEX over to an unknown wallet. We have $252 million in USDT from an unknown wallet over to OKEX. And we also have $250 million in USDC that was minted at the Treasury. And that's basically it for the really big whale alerts. Now let's go ahead and move over to what's going on with XRP. So just taking a quick look at this, there's a bit of a red fall right there yesterday. Volume was doing pretty decent, and then it seemed like it slowed down there towards the end of the day. We definitely had a lot of volume on April 7th. Considerably a high amount on April 8th, especially in comparison to what we've been seeing here over the course of that week and a half or so. And right now we're sitting in the green. We actually had a low point of about $1.32. And we hit a high so far, $1.35, still in the $1.35 range. And so, yeah, we did have a nice run up here on April 7th, that pullback and moving sideways. It's slightly above this consolidated space that we were seeing. So this might end up dropping down more and testing these low points right here. But if it wants to break above, it really needs to get above $1.40. Okay, that's what I've got for you guys in today's video. If you enjoyed this video and you're new, don't forget to hit subscribe. Also, you can go ahead and check me out over on Blue Sky. I'm at Crypto Atlas over there. We're trying to get to 100 followers. And also, if you want to show extra support, you can check me out on Patreon. I'm Crypto Atlas. Or you can become a YouTube member. Thank you guys so much. Please be safe, God bless, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.